I never thought I'd be the guy asking his own wife, "Why did you marry me?" It wasn't some romantic, playful question. It was one of those moments where your gut tells you something's wrong, but your heart doesn't want to believe it. And when she answered, it shattered me in a way I'll never forget. When we first got married, I thought I had won the lottery. She was beautiful, smart, and charming in a way that made me feel lucky just to stand next to her. I worked hard to give us a stable life, long hours, extra shifts, because I wanted her to feel secure. We didn't have a fairy tale marriage, but I thought we had love. At least, I thought she loved me. But over time, things started to change. She became distant, always on her phone, always busy when I wanted to spend time together. Nights out with her friends became more frequent. And intimacy between us, well, it faded like smoke. I kept telling myself I was overthinking, that maybe work had drained her, or she was just stressed. But deep down, I felt that shift, like I was becoming a roommate instead of a husband. One night, I couldn't hold it in anymore. We were sitting at the table, barely talking, when I asked, "Why did you marry me?" I expected her to laugh it off, maybe roll her eyes and say something like, "Because I love you, idiot." But instead, she sighed. She looked at me with this cold detachment and said, "I had no better option." Those words, they didn't just hurt. They gutted me. I wasn't her partner. I wasn't her choice. I was her safety net, her backup plan, the last stop on her train of desperation. And the worst part, I could see in her eyes that she meant it. She didn't even try to soften the blow. I sat there in silence, trying to process the fact that the woman I built my life around only chose me because she ran out of options. Not long after that, I found out why she was so distant. A message popped up on her phone while she was in the shower. A man's name I didn't recognize, with words no husband should ever have to read. It wasn't just emotional cheating. She was fully involved with someone else, someone she clearly wanted, while I was the man she settled for. I remember staring at that screen, shaking, realizing my marriage was not only loveless, it was built on lies from the very beginning. Now, here's where most people would explode in anger. But me, I went quiet. Because when someone tells you they settled for you, the fire inside doesn't burn fast. It burns slow, and it burns deep. I started planning. Not screaming, not begging, planning. Over the next few weeks, I quietly pulled money from our joint account into one she didn't know about. I gathered proof of her affair, screenshots, call logs, even hotel receipts I found in her purse. Then I reached out to the man she was seeing. Turns out, he didn't even know she was married. He was furious when he found out. I made sure he saw everything too. When I had everything in place, I sat her down. No yelling, no crying. Just calm. I laid out the proof, piece by piece, like evidence in a trial. She tried to deny it at first, but the color drained from her face when I showed her the hotel receipts. Then I told her, "You didn't marry me because you loved me. You married me because I was your safest bet. But now, you've lost that bet." I handed her the divorce papers I'd already prepared. She was speechless. She thought I'd cling, beg, maybe even fight to keep her. But I didn't. I was done. Here's the thing, her affair partner, he dropped her the moment he realized she'd been lying to him too. So in the end, she had no one. Not him, not me. Just the echo of her own choices. I moved out, started fresh, and slowly rebuilt myself. It wasn't easy, betrayal like that leaves scars, but every day I woke up knowing I was free from someone who never truly wanted me. Sometimes people ask if I regret marrying her. And honestly, no. Because that pain taught me the most important lesson of my life. Never let someone convince you that you're their second choice. I may have been her no better option, but I know now that I am someone's first choice. And next time, I won't settle for anything less.